Twin, where have you been? Nobody loves me like you do. Nobody. Ciao. Honey, we be 20. I had to talk about this today, y'all, because I was I think I was telling you guys last week that I was, doing some hair and whatnot. People came over and they were like asking for the same thing. And I'm like, well, why you want that hairstyle? And they were like, oh, that's what everybody wearing. And I was looking at the structure of my client's face because when my clients saw the other one, she was like, I like that. And I was like, well, we can get that hairstyle, but I'm going to have to change up some things and customize it for you because of the structure of your face. And y'all know we was talking about this. Like, I was like, nah, what's that? Is that the new thing? I think it was the, what did I do? It was the bob, and this part here, she wanted laid back because she had hair. The other person had her hair shaved, but really the bob, it's like my face. Then my dad used to call me long head because I have a longer chin. So the bob never really complimented me. It looks good if this is off and then I have just this, but if I have just a bob, an angled bob, asymmetric, it has to be high asymmetrical, and then it's down to where it look good. But I can't wear like a regular bob. It doesn't compliment me, right? And so I was like, man, we really be twinning, and I don't know if you guys realize that. And we come off, and I'm the reason why I'm creating this video is because I was reading through the comments, and I comment on a lot of comments on the video that I did that got a lot of views and engagement. Thank you guys. That is why what men really mean when they say they like natural. And you women, the women were in there and they were projecting, not all of them. I love the fact that a lot of them, it was one young lady said she had to get her breasts done because her breasts, when she had kids and they was in her pockets, and she said she did it for her. And I was like, you better go, girl. I understand, but a lot of times we're projecting as like in a negative way, and we think that what we're saying is what people are like, yeah, girl, she right. But people are not just listening to what you're saying, they're also watching how you are, your actions towards that. So a lot of us have what I call fake self-esteem. You don't really have high self-esteem. And I always tell you, it shows in your actions. So you can say like, I'm free. I don't care what people say. You can say all those different things, right? Or you remember in church, somebody said, girl, how you doing this week? How was your week, girl? Blessed and highly favored. We always have these sayings. So with fake self-esteem, it's the same thing. It's like, oh, I love my body. Oh, I don't care what people say. I go out in a bonnet and I still get me a man. You know what I'm saying? I got it. I'm a boss chick, right? I can make the money. I know how to hustle. All these different things. I'm a strong, for my sister, I'm a strong Black woman. Okay. I don't want to be strong. I want to be resilient, but I don't want to be strong. If you look at the definition of strong, that's not really what, as a woman, we want to be. We want to be in our princess era. We want to operate princesses. When you are a princess, when you operate in your femininity. Yeah, I know I did a video on this, but when you operate in your femininity, what happens is the femininity is that princess mode. So you get princess treatment. People want to take care of you because that is your superpower, right? So I'm not going to go so far into it, but I wanted to talk about the fact that a lot of you are, you post these memes and you're saying all these powerful things, but in essence, when we look at your actions, it says different. And a lot of us are twinning, like everybody look alike. Like I remember in 2012, 2013, when the lace fronts was like on the scene. They had the different levels of the lace front. You get the $250 lace front. Then it, based on the inches of the hair, was based on how long it goes all the way. At that time, the salon I was at, It was up to $1,200. But the woman had hired me and called me in. Well, she didn't hire me. She called me in and said, hey, I know you work for Hair Club. I know there's a different way that we cut and style the hair. Can you come in and show my natural hairstylist how to do that? I said, of course. It's based on, but let me come in one day and see what everyone is ordering so I can get a feel. Let me come in that week, I said, so I can get a feel and see what is the demand, what the young ladies are purchasing, and how are the, listen to the conversations to find out what is it that they want their hair to look like. Well, 99% of you did not want a hairstyle. You wanted the length to be as long as possible. All right. You was like, I don't want you cutting no hair. Just to even shape it into a layered form or give you some texture and give you a diamond cut layer form or a uniform layer form. No one wanted anything trimmed. Just like a lot of times, especially I'm talking about the Black women, we don't like to trim our ends because we feel like, you gonna cut my hair. But trimming your ends saves you from your hair shedding off more because the split ends are just growing up and thins it out. So you want to get that trim. So when we are stuck on having long hair, and I realized, that was an issue. So, but needless to say, everybody walked out looking like Little Mermaids. I'm like, Lord have mercy. They do a little twist there and pull it back, but everybody looked the same. I'm talking about, I was there for 1 week and I saw that young lady had at least 100 customers because you just coming in, they put the adhesive on you, your hair, they put 2 braids in your hair, the adhesive, they lay that on you, make sure it tack in, they touch it and they lay it down. And then they just spray it with some spray because everybody wanted curly hair. They just spray it with some spray and they push you on out the door. And that was my first time. Before then, growing up, and when I look at when all of us wanted the Halle Berry look, we all got the Halle Berry look, or the Anita Baker look, or the salt and pepper look, all these different people, but we all put a twist on it so it can customize to us. Well, in 2025, we don't really have that. We have a lot of us twinning, but we have the fake self-esteem saying, I love myself, I love myself. And so I kept seeing, I'm like, it made me dislike lace fronts because of the fact that everybody looked the same. I'm like, where is your identity in this, right? So, and I know this is going to trigger people, and I know you're going to come for me in the comments, and that's okay. We're twinning now where the BBLs. And listen, if you want to enhance yourself, nobody's hating on that. But everybody's bodies is looking the same. I'm like, oh my gosh. There was a time years ago when breast implants were the thing. They weren't doing BBLs, right? And even in the breast implants, everybody looked the same. Then they had to do a recall on the things. It was a lot going on. But I remember I could tell who had the service done because of the fact that the way that they were more proud of the breast augmentation or the things that they done than they were of themselves inwardly. You can clearly see that they felt like, because I got this done, and now today in 2025, because I have this BBL, it has catapulted my life. And it may have in the physical sense where you OnlyFans or you Instagramming it, and you're getting those inboxes and from different celebrity guys or women or whatever. It may have in that sense, but we can't say that we have this high self-esteem when all of us are doing the same thing. Everybody is doing the same thing. Everybody's twerking. Everybody is doing not everybody, let me take that back. And I said twerking. I went to a brunch, and at the brunch, it was a Sunday brunch. It was an R&B and brunch, and it was women of all ages. And I was like, dang, we twerk everywhere. I live in Miami, y'all. I could be at a stoplight and 4 girls jump out of the car and they having fun and they twerking. And I'm like, dang, it's a lot of twinning going on. It's twinning in the behavior where all we have to offer is watching my butt jiggle and we twerking and I got my BBL and it's looking good, but everybody's shaped. Y'all going to the same doctors, So everything looks the same and we're twinning. And I want to know, when are we going to find out the real you? When all this is gone, when age starts catching on to you, when you start getting older, when now you've had your hot girl summers, and now you want children, or now you want to marry, right? And you done did all this stuff. Will we get the real you then? To me, I think the greatest solution is finding yourself. Even at me, as who I am, I have gone through life stages. I've made really bad decisions that have affected me in the long run. That's why I can talk about these things. And it gets to a point, life will cause you to get to a point where you don't have no other choice but to come clean and be who you need to be. Because challenges, and like I say, life, and y'all remember this saying when they say, you live long enough, honey, you'll understand. And you don't judge other people because you understand, because you went through that. And so I put this video out saying, a lot of you ladies, y'all twinning. We twinning, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's not just about the twinning. It is what you may think that you're putting out, that, oh, she look good, she wearing whatever the latest brands is, the body is tight, the stomach is snatched, the makeup is slayed. A lot of times people are not looking at that. They're looking at, she has no identity, she doesn't know who she is, and she has a low self-esteem. And you can come on and you can say, I don't have a low self-esteem, you can do your thing, but that's what is breathing. It's not telling us anything different, right? We're twinning where we're, even in our clothing, there's no discretion anymore. We're walking around with lingerie and calling it an outfit. That is how bad. I told you that my friend told me, he corrected me, said, no. The strip clubs are still lit. The strip club, they ain't losing no business. But a lot of us now, the men don't even have to challenge or figure out what it looked like, because a lot of us are walking around like that. We're twinning. So I'd start off with that song, Nobody Does Me Like You Do. Yeah, it's a lot of y'all. Everybody twin, where have you been? It's a lot of that going on. And my solution to you is to do the work on yourself. You might be going through some hard times, or you may not. You may be winning. This is your winning season. But there is going to come a time where you're going to have to stop what you're doing, because age is going to catch up, and nobody is, as you get older, you're not going to be doing the same things that you're doing now. Or if you are older and you're doing it, it's just not a good look for you, right? There has to come a time where we have to slow things down, put things in perspective, and enjoy the quality of life, being our true, authentic self. And a lot of us are not doing that. And so I say, do the work, whether that means going to therapy, whether that means putting positivity, self-help books, whether that means spiritually, getting your life right spiritually, whether it's meditation, whatever the case may be. First of all, being real with yourself and saying, what am I doing? You look around. Like, if you go to an event, I challenge you to do this, because I know y'all like, child, she don't know. Look around the room when y'all have an event. Look around the room. If you're going to a brunch or a night out or a club or wherever you're going, look around the room at all the ladies and pay attention. A lot of us, I don't want to say us, a lot of you are twinning. A lot of you are not. It says, I don't have self-esteem. I'm just trying to fit in like everybody else in society. I don't have an identity. And this is where it is. So for you ladies that are saying you're a boss chick, you have high self-esteem, and you know what I mean, you're happy and those different things, it really doesn't look like it. It really looks like you are reaching and you are just doing what everybody else is doing, and you don't have an identity. So I know it's going to offend a lot of you, but I pray that this video helps you guys out. Uh, I don't, for those of you that are going to come for me with the talking about the plastic surgery, the BBLs, I'm not speaking against it. I'm just saying a lot of you all look the same. And if that is the case, if you're doing it because that's what everybody else is doing, you're having surgery on your bodies now because that's what everybody is doing, that's an issue. That does not scream you have a high self-esteem or you love yourself. That screams that you have a lot of other issues that you need to do to work on. All right, so I pray that this video helps you. I will see you guys next video. Bye.